Sarah Thompson's lungs constricted as she stepped onto the porch of 37 Blackwood Lane. The wood groaned beneath her feet like a dying animal, each creak vibrating through her bones. She clutched the keys so tightly the teeth bit into her palm, the pain the only anchor in this surreal moment. A charming fixer-upper with character, the realtor had chirped. The lie tasted like copper on Sarah's tongue. Before them, the Victorian house slumped like a drunkard against the twilight, its peeling gray paint curling away in flakes that reminded Sarah of the psoriasis scars on her grandmother's corpse. The attic window, why were there bars? Watched their approach with predatory patience. Think of the space. Mark's voice boomed beside her, his salesman's grin stretching too wide. His hand on her shoulder felt like a brand. Sarah forced her lips upward, but her smile was a fragile thing. The keys trembled in her grip, their jingle the only sound in the unnatural hush. Even the birds had gone silent. Then Lily spoke. "Who's that girl?" Sarah's blood turned to ice. Her daughter stood frozen on the path, her favorite stuffed rabbit dangling forgotten from one hand. Those wide blue eyes were locked on the attic window. "There's no one there, sweetheart." Mark laughed, but his chuckle died abruptly when Lily didn't blink. Sarah followed her daughter's gaze. The window was empty. Of course it was. But as they crossed the threshold, Sarah couldn't shake the sensation of being watched from above. The back of her neck prickled, each hair standing at attention. There was no girl. Not yet. Chapter 1. The first night midnight found Sarah wide awake, staring at the water stain on their bedroom ceiling. It resembled a screaming face, a detail she wished she hadn't noticed. Mark snored beside her, oblivious to the way the house breathed around them. Then came the scratching, not the skittering of mice. This was deliberate, hungry, the sound of fingernails, too long, too sharp, dragging down the inside of the walls. Sarah's breath hitched, her fingers twisted in the sheets, the cotton damp with sweat. Mark. His answering snore was deafening, then laughter. High-pitched and girlish. It skittered down the hallway like a living thing. Sarah's body moved before her mind could protest, her bare feet slapping against cold hardwood. The laughter led her to Lily's door, which stood slightly ajar. The sight inside stopped her heart. Lily sat bolt upright in bed, her silhouette too still, too rigid. Moonlight painted her face a sickly blue, her unblinking eyes fixed on the closet. "She wants to play hide and seek," Lily murmured, her voice dreamy and distant. The closet door creaked open an inch. Sarah's pulse roared in her ears as she crossed the room, her mother's instinct overpowering her terror. She yanked the door wide and choked back a scream. Tiny handprints marred the interior walls, the dust disturbed in perfect, five-fingered patterns, fresh, the size of a child's. But not Lily's. Chapter 2. The history of the Blackwood Public Library smelled of mildew and forgotten things. Sarah sat hunched in the microfiche room, the flickering screen casting ghastly shadows across her face. Her coffee had gone cold hours ago, but her hand still shook too badly to lift the cup. The headline glared up at her. Blackwood Lane Tragedy, 1947, family of 4 vanished without a trace. Only the youngest, Eleanor Rigby, remained, survived 17 days in the attic without food or water, claimed a shadow girl, shared her meals. Institutionalized after biting off a nurse's finger, Sarah's coffee cup slipped from her numb fingers, shattering on the tile. The sound echoed like gunfire. The librarian didn't even look up from her desk. "You're the 5th family to buy that house," she said, her voice flat. "The last owners left in the middle of the night. Left all their belongings too." Sarah's stomach twisted. She thought of Lily's drawings, of the laughter, of the closet. What had they awakened? Chapter 3. The rules of the game. Lily's crayon drawings grew more frantic by the day. Sarah found them stuffed under pillows, hidden in drawers, once even taped to the inside of the refrigerator. All depicted the same thing, a faceless girl. Always hiding, behind doors, under beds, in closets. Then the notes began appearing. "She hates loud noises, don't look under your bed after dark, never say yes when she asks to play." The handwriting wasn't Lily's. That night, Sarah lay rigid in bed, every muscle taut as a bowstring. The house held its breath around her. Then, "Can I come out now?" The voice was childlike but wrong, muffled, as if spoken through layers of glass. And it came from inside the walls. Sarah's bladder nearly let go. She clamped a hand over her mouth to stifle a sob. Next to her, Mark slept on, undisturbed, somewhere in the house. A door creaked open. Chapter 4. The offering. Mark's crowbar tore through the attic lock with a shriek of protest. Dust rained down like grave soil as the door swung open, revealing a darkness so thick it seemed solid. The smell hit them first, old tea and something metallic. Sarah's flashlight beam trembled as it revealed the space. A child's tea set, arranged for two on a moth-eaten blanket. The tiny cups were filled to the brim with a dark liquid that dripped between the cracks in the floorboards. Lily's scream pierced the silence. "She's mad!" their daughter shrieked, her tiny body trembling violently. "You ruined her party!" The walls answered. A chorus of whispers erupted around them, rising to a deafening crescendo. The teacups rattled, their contents sloshing over the edges. Sarah watched in horror as the liquid crawled across the floorboards, forming words. "Your LTE." Mark grabbed Lily and ran. Sarah followed, her legs moving without conscious thought. Behind them, the attic door slammed shut with finality. Chapter 5. The Shadow Girl. 3:03 a.m. Sarah woke to the sensation of being watched. The silhouette stood at the foot of their bed, too tall for a child, yet somehow small at the same time. Its head cocked at an impossible angle, the moonlight glinting off something wet and sharp where its mouth should be. "You woke me up," it whispered in Lily's voice. Sarah's paralysis broke when she saw the teeth. Too many, too long. They glistened in the dark like needles. The thing that wasn't Lily smiled. "Now we play forever." Epilogue. The new family. The realtor adjusted her sold sign with a satisfied smile. Such a charming home. Inside, the attic tea set sat waiting. One cup had been drained. In the master bedroom. The closet door stood slightly ajar, and from within came the soft, wet sound of something licking its lips. The indie.